everyone. Good evening, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to Technical Session 9C. Myself, Karthik Bharadwaj, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Search Foundation and GR Solistic LLP, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2024, Jaipur, India. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held a day before yesterday in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom, that is today and yesterday, 20th and 21st December 2024. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for presentation and 2 minutes for question and answer. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants to stay connected till the end. If you have any query or update, you can write it to me in the chat box. Before getting further, I would like to introduce you with today's session chair, Professor Devraj Chatterjee. Professor Devraj Chatterjee received his BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from MCKVIE and MTech in Computer Science and Engineering from Netaji Subhash Engineering College, Kolkata, India in 2010 and 2013, respectively. He is doing his PhD from National Institute of Technology, Mizoram, India. He has 2 copyright and 5 patents. He is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Techno International New Town, Kolkata, West Bengal, India. His main research interests include computer vision, deep learning, and software engineering. I request our respective session chair to kindly address our participants.
Hi students, hi participants. Thank you, Karthik. It's a great pleasure to take the conference of 9th International Conference for ICTCS 2024. All the best for each and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm wishes. Now let's move towards the first paper of the day. So for the first paper, I would like to call Soham for the paper title, A Comparative Study of Hate Speech Detection Method Using Machine Learning Techniques. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Um, Good afternoon, sir. My name is Soham Sawant, and I am from Ramrao Institute of Technology, DY Patil, Navi Mumbai, Nehru. And my topic of my paper is a comparative study of hate speech detection methods using machine learning techniques. And it is the co-authors are Dr. Smita Bharni and Dr. Vaibhav Nara. So these are the contents of my paper, that is introduction, literature survey, methodology, challenges during hate speech detection, and conclusion. So actually, hate speech is a very a common issue among everyone, as there's an increase in social media users. Social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube are widely are getting famous, and a lot of people opt for them for sharing their thoughts, their pictures and videos, etc. So as these platforms have a lot of advantages, they have the disadvantages as well. So one of the disadvantage of them, many of the disadvantages are like the privacy is compromised sometimes. Sometimes people share their controversial thoughts, so it might be offending to some people. So one of these is hate speech. Below the on these social media platforms, when we share our thoughts, a lot of people respond to this to those thoughts and to those pictures and videos in a disgraceful way sometimes, and it might offend someone, it might affect their mental health, it might result in some severe um, consequences. So there are these contents can cause cyberbullying, rioting, fraud, loss of respect, and sometimes even murder. So hate speech is defined as any public speech that expresses any derogatory or insulting opinion of in context of some characteristics. like race, color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, nationality, religion, or other characters. So basically, hate speech does not have a specific definition. Hate speech is very subjective. Some people might find something funny, but the same thing some people might find offending. So everyone's definition of hate speech is different. So it gets very difficult for the social media platforms to um, find out what is hate speech and what is not. So our paper focuses on how this problem can be solved, and how can we improve the accuracy of the previous models. So yeah, so to tackle this issue, there are a lot of methods that have been previously used, and among these techniques is machine learning techniques and deep learning techniques. Um, However, the manual process to rectify hate speech on various platforms can be manually difficult and time consuming. As I earlier said, it is very difficult to find out the hate speech manually on these platforms. So that's why we have we use machine learning and deep learning techniques. So machine learning or deep learning, which one of them is more used, or which one of them is more suitable? So machine learning is regarded as a technology that uses data to provide meaning and answers inquiries. So it combines computer science, statistics, and it is multi-layer artificial neural networks is the foundation of deep learning. So in deep learning, smaller data sets uh, can be processed easily, and machine learning can um, um, process a larger amount of data. So they are both equally they're equally suitable. Just the performance can vary depending on the data set. So these are the previous papers that have been made on machine on hate speech detection. So the first paper is of 2023. It's a recent paper, and it contains a data set of Twitter and Reddit. And the techniques which have been used are SVM and neural networks. And most of the challenges, if you see, the most of the challenges are same. Context is a challenge, because what a person can if someone is writing a hate speech on the platform, the context is very important. What context he or she is writing that, typing that is very important. So that gets challenging for us to for the model to identify. So the actual process of my hate speech detection is data collection and exploration, feature extraction, dimensionality reduction, classify selection, and training and model evaluation. So these are the steps that are mostly common in all these papers. So there are various techniques that have been also used, like LSTM, BERT, transfer learning, random forest, SVM, again SVM. So yeah, and if you see, the challenges are almost same in everywhere. Language diversity is also one of the challenges, as there's so for example, something in Marathi is might can be offensive for some people, but the same word means a different thing in Hindi or English. So uh, the language diversity is also one of the challenges. Again, these are the papers. These are 2022 and 2021 papers. So again, techniques that has been used are BERT, SVM, ensemble model, CNN, natural language processing, ensemble learning again. So yeah, and here the challenges and limitations are data fusion, again context ambiguity, noise. A lot of hate speech is also very difficult to detect most of the times, because the noise, the excess data in any of the tweet. Sometimes people try to hide their hate speeches in um huge paragraph, so it also gets very difficult to identify. So these are the objectives that have been that can be accomplished in this paper. So first is evaluate existing techniques, whatever the techniques that have been used earlier. We have to evaluate that, what kind of techniques, what are the challenges, which I've done in the previous slide. Performance benchmarking. So we can, as I said earlier, we have to increase the accuracy by a bit than the previous papers. So accuracy, precision, recall, FN score, all these performance um, parameters we can use to increase the accuracy. So data set analysis, all the data set that have been previously used, we have analyzed it, and uh, we can use that and improve in the future in this paper. Identifying strengths and weaknesses, again we have gone through the challenges that have been that have occurred during the presentation during the uh, implementation of previous paper. So those weaknesses we can eliminate, and what are this we can find the strengths, also strengths as well in these papers, and we can use them. So yeah, methodology. So again, in the area of hate speech detection in web platforms, machine learning techniques have recorded a breakthrough.
Sorry
So
to interrupt, sir, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
okay, okay, sir. So again, as I've said earlier, these are the steps. That is, so these are the steps: data collection, exploration, pre-processing, feature extraction. Classify, selection, dimensionality reduction, and then evaluation. That is, we detect if the speech is considered as a hate speech or it's a no hate speech. Again, the methodology. So challenges, we have already discussed earlier the what are the challenges that occur during hate speech reduction, and what are the challenges that occur in during the implementation. And so conclusion, different from this we conclude that hate speech is uh, uh, from this study, that detection of hate speech through traditional machine learning techniques have received more attention than ensemble and deep learning. So as I've said earlier, machine learning is more we can't say suitable, but it is suitable in the context of the data set. And this work also includes the possibility and limitations of those techniques, as may help the researchers in choosing which to apply. So it helps to decide which of the techniques we should use, and which are the techniques that are more suitable for implementing this model. And it also contains several other open problems in the area, and all procedures to be followed when performing text categorization jobs using machine learning. So and also the key target audience of this research review includes most of the novices in domain of hate speech classification on small platforms such as Twitter. So Twitter usually is very infamous for hate speech, and it requires most of the hate speech. So this, all the review that have been done of the previous paper and this paper is can be used for domain of hate speech classification on Twitter. So these are the references. That's my thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so it was a nice session. The first thing is that how you will pre-process the text. Suppose someone is saying something in a sarcasm way. How
Okay.
could you pre-process that text?
So actually, the data set contains a lot of hate speech. So which of the words? Suppose there's for example, there's a word bad. So where this word has been mostly used, and we can detect where this word is mostly used, and what are the texts that have been used, or that are written before that text, and what are the texts that are written after this text in most of these cases. So we can detect if this word is a hate speech or not non hate speech.
That means you can check this thing before
On
any
the,
punctuation or anything like that.
yeah, in the
Okay,
data
so
set
you
we can check.
okay, so you can use there any idea of do you know lemming or
Uh,
stemming, lemmatization or stemming in NLP?
no, sir.
You can use this idea in this paper also. It will be good for you. Okay.
Okay, okay,
And
sir.
one more thing I want to say that don't give stress on the introduction. Give pressure on your possible methodology because that is your important part,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Otherwise, all is good.
Okay,
Thank you
thank you.
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Anushka for the paper title A Review of Real Time Sign Language Translation with Augmented Reality Integration. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Today, my topic for the presentation is a review of real-time sign language translation with augmented reality integration. Uh, uh, Today, I will be covering introduction related work background, literature survey of the existing system, objectives, challenges during sign language translation, methodologies, ULO V5 for hand gesture recognition, MediaPi, and SVM for Indian Sign Language, conclusion and reference. Uh, 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 Going forward with the introduction, uh, uh, we will in introduction we will be covering real-time AR translation, accessibility for deaf hard of hearing. Um, in real-time AR translation, image pointing your mobile, your phone or AR glasses at a sign or listening to everyone speak and instantly seeing or hearing the translation in your preferred language overlaid on your screen. um, in accessibility for that hair of hearing. New technology help people who are deaf or hair of hearing by providing real-time translation or caption for conversing video or other media, making it easy for them to communicate and access information. In this, I have used AR, ML, and IoT for sign language, in which by combining AR, machine learning, and the IoT technology is being developed to translate spoke language into sign language, helping deaf individual participate in conversation and access information. Uh, Going forward with the techniques I have used in sign language was uh, graphic design and emotion with deep learning. Graphic design and design can convey signals and emotions efficiently using advanced AI method like convolutional neural network. Uh, we can analyze visual content to detect and classify emotional with high accuracy. The purpose PRF CNN method is better or more precise than older techniques. Uh, uh, Next, sign language move caption translation. A smart, lightweight tools is designed to convert spoke movie caption into sign language. It ensures accurate text aware translation quickly using advanced techniques to understand both the timing and meaning of the content. Um, Sign language detection with YOLO V5 is to combine the YOLO V5 AI model with special attention mechanism. These techniques improve the detection of sign language gesture. It helps bridge the communication gap for the deaf community, enabling smoother interaction with society. Uh, Forward with the related work background. In this research are working on real-time sign language translation to help deaf and hard of hearing people communicate more easily. Using augmented reality for these system makes interaction smoother and more user friendly. By studying, it shows the machine learning models like CNN and AR technology can work together to display real-time translation, making communication more aligning and accessible for users. Going forward with the literature survey of the existing system, these are the papers I have referred for the review of the paper. Um, uh, the first one for the first paper is the latest one of 2024. In this, the data set are used of custom data set. The accuracy was high, specific numbers. Uh, the techniques were used of deep learning, and in this the a system was developed to teach visually impaired learning to write multiple alphabet with voice over guidance using uh, a graphic pad. The second paper is also of 2024. In this, data sets are used of custom sign language data set. In this, the
Sorry to
accuracy
interrupt,
was
ma'am,
high.
but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay, okay, sir. These are the papers I uh, I will be talking about objectives. These are the objective: evaluate current technology, identify challenges, explore future direction, and improve accessibility. The challenges were during sign language translation was data diversity, real-time performance, multi-line support, user adaptation. Uh, in this uh, challenges remains was real-time sign language translation. In future, we can improve data diversity, enhance real-time performance, and support multiple sign language and develop user adaptive system. Methodology, I have used YOLO 4.5 for hand gesture recognition, in which first data preparation was done, in which collection of drive hand gesture image was collected, and in modern architecture, YOLO 4.5 with CSPD, darknet 53 backbone, and PNet preparation head, training and reference, GPU uh, straining, fine tuning for various lighting conditions. Uh, in this YOLO 45 data set of 75 image were used for classifying gesture. Um, and on media pi and SVM for sign language detection I've used. In this 4972 image of sign language alphabet datasets were classified. Um, in conclusion, the advancement in real-time sign language translation techniques participate in integrated with AR represents a scientific step towards breaking down communication barrier. With over 5% of the global population experience hearing loss, and these invocates have the potential to greatly impact society by promoting inclu- uh, independence and improve quality of life for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our respected session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi Anushka. I have a question that how can you clean the data? That means you are using some pre-processing methods for those sign languages. So how can you clean the data? You have used one
Uh,
term there. So
mm,
how can you clean the hand gesture real-time data? Go to the previous slide.
uh,
Go to the previous
okay.
slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have used an idea in stage 2 is the data cleaning method. So how you can clean the data? Any method or any classification method or anything?
Use this prior SUM techniques for cleaning.
What techniques? Can you name some? Okay, okay. Thank you, Anushka. I don't have any other questions. Yeah, Karthik, you can continue.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Anat Tuan Trong for the paper title and anonymization technique based on L diversity for protecting privacy in data publishing. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. Maybe the presenter is facing some issues. Let's move towards the next presentation. For next presentation, I would like to call Aditi for the paper titled Automated Wall Defect Detection for Building Maintenance using YOLO V9 approach. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yes, I am sharing the screen.
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Okay, sir. So first of all, a very good afternoon to one and all present over here. My name is Aditi Ghudke and I am from third year IT department from VIIT College Pune. So today we are here to present our project titled as Automated Wall Defect Detection for Building Maintenance using YOLO V9 approach with paper ID 311. So these are the contents which we are going to present. So let's start with the problem identification first. So first of all, we all know that maintaining structural integrity and structural quality is very essential and crucial in our daily lives. So, but the traditional wall inspection methods are very time consuming and can often lead to human errors as well. So from this, we have identified this problem, and we are trying to provide the solution to this problem of automating the process of wall inspection. So for this, we have did the literature survey of some papers, and this is the basic summary of our literature survey. So first of all, we have identified that there were different models were used to train like YOLO V8, ResNet 50, ResNet 101, VGG 16 and 19, etc. for classifying different defects of walls. And in one of the papers, there was a technique of 3D scanning with Z camera was also used. Z camera is very expensive camera, but they have used it to classify different defects. And from while doing the literature survey, we have identified these 4 gaps. So first one is dataset limitations, obviously. Then second is in many papers, more focus was on the defect crack and not on other defects like mold, water seepage, etc. And some models struggled on defect prediction on real images, and some struggled with less accuracy also of around 60 to 70% only. So by considering all these factors, we have proposed one system. In our system, first of all, when a user will upload the image of building wall, it will get identified by our YOLO V9 model, and YOLO V9 model will detect what type of defect is present in that image. And after that, it will get notified to the user by using Gradio web interface, which is very good for machine learning model deployment. And defect types can be different like crack, mold, peeling, paint, stair step crack, and water seepage. So moving further, let's come to the results. So in the results, we can say that we have taken the dataset which was publicly available on the RoboFlow platform, and dataset was already pre-processed on that platform, which contains 2950 total images. It has 3 different folders like train, valid, and test, which have 2263, 462, and 225 images respectively. And it was divided into 5 different classes like crack, mold, peeling paint, stair step crack, and water seepage. So as we progressed with the training part, we encountered 3 different types of losses like box loss, classification loss, and distributed focal loss. So let's see them one by one. The very first one is box loss. Box loss is nothing but how well your model predicts different objects inside your result image. And second is classification loss. Classification loss is nothing but how well your model classifies different classes, which I mentioned earlier. And DFL loss, that is distributed focal loss. It comes into picture when your data images are harder to classify, and we can say that when your data set is highly imbalanced, then it comes into picture. So the blue line is for training part, and the orange is for different types of losses. So there is one important thing to notice here is that as we progress with the training part, all the different types of losses are decreasing. So this is the image of confusion matrix of the trained model, and this is the matrix of true positives, false negatives, false positives, like that. And by using this confusion matrix and by applying some formulas, our model calculated that it achieved the highest precision, highest recall, and highest MAP. MAP is mean average precision of 96.4, 96.8, and 98.7% respectively for the class crack. Now let's come to the matrix of F1 scores. So the concept behind F1 scores is that higher is the F1 score, higher is the accuracy of that particular class. So for the class crack, we have the blue line is for the class crack, and for the class crack, we have achieved the highest F1 score of around 0.9 and something, which is very accurate. So these are the result screenshots of our images. So this one is for peeling paint. These are all the real-time detection. Like we have taken the real images of our buildings only. So this is the first images of peeling paint. Second is of mold, peeling paint, and water seepage. Third is of crack. And in the fourth image, we have also provided the output in the form of text. Like fourth image is of 2 water seepage and 4 peeling paints. So now let's see the demonstration of. So when user is uploading the image of different type of images of walls, then it is detecting what type of defect it contained. So this is of crack. The image is processing, and this is a Gradio interface, and YOLO V9 model will detect it. So this is the image of crack. It is also detecting multiple types of defects also. This is the peeling paint, and the last is of water seepage. Here it is displaying the output in the form of text. So coming to the future extensions. In future, we will be also extending our dataset to more diverse types of images. Obviously, we need to do that. And then we can also think of integrating it with some thermal imaging based dataset so that we will go deeper in that particular type of defect. And we can also think of making one Android application so that it will be a handy system for all our users, which will, and we can also think of integrating it with some good maintenance system which are existing in the market now. And combining with our system with some IoT sensors will be also good so that we can gather more sensitive data like humidity or temperature. And to conclude our topic, we can say that we have developed an automated wall defect detection system for building maintenance using YOLO V9, which is a very good object detection algorithm. And that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our respected session chair, sir. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, hi Aditi. That was a
Yes,
good
sir.
presentation as well as a good showcasing of your work. That was nice.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Question is that you have used their YOLO V9. Have you checked about
Yes, sir.
ResNet 15 or ResNet 16 or VGG 16 like that? Have you compared them with your YOLO V9?
No, but sir, that ResNet 50, ResNet 101 are very common, and we try to implement our system on latest and object detection model. That's why we have not used that image classification models.
Okay, fine, fine. Thank you, Aditi.
Thank
Thank you,
you, sir.
Karthik. You can continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Sweta for the paper title Founding to Scaling a Systematic Literature Review and Research Agenda on Large Language Models in Entrepreneurship. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yes, sir. Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, one and all present here. My presentation is about founding to scaling a systematic literature review and research agenda on the large language model entrepreneurship. And I'm Shweta Shri, and I'm UG student from studying information technology from SSN Chennai. Moving on to our presentation, the abstract of our presentation is the purpose. The main purpose is to study about how the large language model processing helps in the entrepreneurship and how it is need and the application is faced by the entrepreneurs who are being able to do and the beginning of the business, what are the challenges they have faced and what are the services that this language model proceeds to them. And the design of this is about, we have taken 59 papers selected through SPAR, 4 SPARs. And the finding is like the main of OpenAI, GPT, and LLM opens the door for the opportunities, and it is like to create the decision making, idea generation, and business planning, market researching in rapidly changing environment market. To be learning about the changing of environment, the graph increases to a certain when the need is high and the demand is high, and graph decreases when the need is low and the demand is low. To boost the scalability through the ability, we are having a large language modeling which helps the entrepreneur to faced a solution for the challenges they are faced of. And moving on to the introduction, we have first GPT, which is generative pre-trained transfer model, which was laid the foundation in 2018, which laid the basic seed to the LLM, which is suitable for the technology, entrepreneurships, or digital development. AI has become the widely and most important digital entrepreneurship for all the entrepreneurs, and the data analytics is the most important thing that we are carrying in our generation. So to give the crystal clear of the data and the growth of AI and digitalization influence, the generation of new entrepreneurs is coming across to face these types of problem, and LLM have a large important and application to face upon this AI methods. So moving what is on LLM, the study of all the steps of LLM as a more published research and entrepreneurs landscape to the examination in the entrepreneurs of beginning startup lenses. The beginning startup people are getting shuffled with more kind of how to create an idea and how to take decisions and customers engagement and data analytics. So LLM is a platform which provides the most decision making ability and customer engagement and data analytics, enhancing the decision making in an easier way and reducing the complexity of the function. So there are two questions which are more important. How the LLM was applied for the optimization and operation in the entrepreneurship ventures, especially in the customer support, decision making, and innovation. To answer all these questions in a simple way, the main thing is that systematic literature review, SLR, is the most important thing which produces and answers to all these questions of what are the decision making and innovation and as a startup beginner can do. And what are the major opportunities and the challenges associated with large language models in entrepreneurship? The opportunities are more wider and more opener to the beginner of entrepreneurship. And the challenges that they are faced is the data piracy. More people are now thinking of how their data will be thefted or be treated as something. But definitely in LLM, the data piracy is the most important thing where they can hand over their data. And over dependency, we should not overly depend on either a single software which provides an opportunity. It will actually reduce the thought of our own creativity and innovation. And integration issues are the main important challenges that are placed in LLM. So moving on with the methodology, we have three things: assembling, arranging, and assessing. Assembling is the first stage of purification, and assessing is the final stage, which results on evaluation and reporting. So in assembling, there are two major processes, which is accusing and identifying. Identifying is a preliminary stage refinement where it identifies each and every single, which is like a beginning step of conceptual and empirical paper of the examination. And acquesting comprises of refinement, they can take the search mechanism, scope, search period, no limitations, and the basic knowledge. We have 92 number of documents which assess in assembling. From the assembling, it is being filtered to 81 documents. It is a second step in arranging. It is like purification and organization. The purification stage includes the final selection of documents from the initial selection of 92 documents, and it has been filtered to 81 documents. And the last stage is the assessing stage. It is the last phase where it results in the evaluation and reporting phase. This evaluating and reporting phase is the most method of systematical literature review, SLR. In this, the reporting and the narration and table in the final is accurately given. In this, 81 document is also filtered to 48 documents, which gives us the precise schedule. And moving on with the next slide, assembling, arranging, and assessing, which are three major important. Identification in assembling is the first stage where in large language processing entrepreneurships are provided. And acquisition is a subdivision of assembling. And after the assembling process is over, from the 91 document, arranging as 81 documents, organizing and purification. Organizing is the thing where we have to make organized and step as an entrepreneur, as a basic entrepreneur, to take up the courage and the lift of the company. And purification, and third final process is assessing, which is the evaluation. Evaluation in the sense it is the analyzing method, where we have to sit and analyze the process, systematical literature review, and the final processing is reporting. After all the works have done, we have taken 46 papers from the 81, and this finally is concluded. So from the string search, we can have the obstacle names like large language models and entrepreneurship, or either we can have names like natural language processing and entrepreneurship, or also we can have like large language models and operational efficiency. And these are some names that can be given to this process. And types of documents that we have come across is article, conference paper, book chapter review. This can also be taken as a reference for the beginning of entrepreneurs. They can use it. And it's an application of LLM in entrepreneurship. the beginning of the startup entrepreneurs must be more creative and innovative to step up and take their own company and run it, and they should have the venture to make use of that. So the need and application of LLM in the beginning stage of the startup is like it helps us to take the better decision making system. Mainly it focuses on innovation possibilities. Not only the system and the AI is been deciding, it is also focuses on how human can take up the innovation and how human can put their ideas into the marketing world. In this marketing world, it has become the more competitive world in our daily life. So it is like more important and how artificial intelligence does the task efficiently from the constraints of the limited resources and experiences. And engineering is considered as the core of LLM. Engineering starters are taking big use in our company. So it is like inadequate skills in the process. They have producing a lack of skills that the prompt engineers are really lacking is a factor that LLM is really focusing on. And these are another need of applications. Natural language processing.
Sorry
The
to
natural
interrupt,
language
ma'am,
processing NLP.
but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Yes, sir, sure, sir. NLP is a part of ML where you ask for isolation of the human language machine learning. The human interaction with the machine is the most important thing, and LLM is providing is with a multimodal task, and it allots the task to the human being so that the human can be more creative and also be accessing to this environment. So, and opportunities and challenges, as I said above, the challenges that may be faced is the decision making, idea generation, market generation, customer interactions, and data piracy over dependency. These are all the main opportunities, and also the challenges are like we are lack of idea generation, lack of decision making, over dependency, and integration issues. So findings, the emergence of OpenAI and GPT are widely open and adopted for LLM due to the better decision making and innovations, and it gives us the marketing to have a stable in the market, and data piracy is also been reduced, and biased and fairness dealing is given to us. Limitations and scope. Moving on with the limitations and scope, the number of cases study about this LLM is very low, and the language is limited only to English. The study provides a current state of art of body of knowledge. So the constant to take up this study and give the survey is like very little. These are the limitations that have been faced by LLM. And going on with the conclusion, LLM provides us a security standard measure to develop data protection and real-time testing and interdisciplinary collaboration. Real-time testing is like important thing where we can be practically tested. Either it can be done or it cannot be done. And these are the references that we have referred to put this publication. So here mentioned references. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our respected session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Hi, Shweta. I have a simple question that any security policies you want to opt for this LLM for the entrepreneurships or the entrepreneurs?
Yes,
Any
sir,
proper security measures? Yes.
Sir, security measures are like the most important. So security policies can be given, like physical security policy can be provided, and also like accessing control. We can either keep the security like password surveillance can be provided easily, and
No,
employee identification.
Any proper, yes,
Can-
employee identification. Okay. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Karthik. You can continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Anand for the paper title IoT-based real-time electric vehicles battery health monitoring. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Sir, I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, sir, you can proceed with the presentation.
Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Anand Burut, and my research paper title, research investor. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anand Burut, and my research paper title is IoT-based real-time electric vehicle battery health monitoring. So let's start with the introduction. If we see the nowadays, there is a lots of companies are offering the electric vehicles, but people are not buying it. people are feeling very difficult to adjust this kind of the new technology because of they are already adapted with the fossil fuel kind of vehicle. If they want to try, uh, if they want to start their journey, they immediately went to their fuel station, they immediately refuel it, and they immediately start their journey. But if we see the related to electric vehicle, uh, the uh, the peoples are feeling difficult to adopt this kind of electric vehicle due to the electric vehicle takes a long time to charge. Most of the concern of the electric vehicle related to the battery, and in electric vehicle, most of the electric vehicle they are using the lithium ion batteries, and lithium ion batteries takes a long time to charge, and due to that, it is very difficult to plan also their journey for the user. So let's move on to the next slide. Let's see the what are the problem statement is available in that lithium ion batteries. If we see the lithium ion batteries, due to that lithium ion batteries, due to the overcharging and deep discharging, if we are continuously overcharging it and deep discharging, due to that the whatever the efficiency which is the earlier the lithium ion battery will give based on the 100% charge, it will be not give the that much due to that inside that battery it will act something chemical reaction will happen, and which will impact on their battery efficiency also. When we see the charging and discharging cycles of the electric like lithium ion batteries, once it crosses the 2000 cycles, it also start decreasing their efficiency also. Again, it will also cause that high temperature, like a high charge discharge rate also it will impact on that battery. And if you are not using also electric vehicle and keeping it into the one steady uh, one single position without using it also like a longer duration of the time, it will also impact on that electric vehicles batteries time. Due to these are the different kinds of the problems along with that electric vehicle which can uh, force a normal ordinary user to plan their journey also is kind of one kind of the hurdles. So let's check what are the existing technology they are using electric vehicle to calculate their travel range. Simply, there are mainly two methods are there. They are calculating that total battery capacity, how much this total battery capacity is there, and based on that, how much that motor or power it will utilize by that electric vehicle motor. Based on that, it will just they are calculating their ratios, and simply they are calculating the how much distance it can cover. And second thing is like a state of charge, and based on that lithium ion battery state of the charge, it will show you the how much percentage remaining battery is there, and based on that they will calculate how much it far distance can cover this battery. For example, if we consider like a 6 volt, 12 volt, 24 volt battery, there is a one standard state of the charge chart is there. If we suppose to take an 6 volt battery, there is 6.37 volt is a 100% charge, we can say, and 10% charge is a 5.70. This is the existing battery technologies, how they are calculating their battery remaining charge. But if we consider like if you are traveling with the electric vehicle in the hilly areas, uh, and if you are using that electric vehicle in the flat surface, then obviously you will require the more power to the hilly area to travel, and in the flat surface you require the normal normal battery consumption. And if we compare also both, it will 100% it will give the little bit less average as compared to the hilly area. So in this abstract, in this paper, I'm trying to by taking this lithium ion batteries related issues, and by analyzing that, I have created based on that, I am monitoring the various parameters of that electric vehicle batteries, such as the voltage, temperature, current, and along with I will installed in electric vehicle GPS system also there, and based on that accelerometer sensor, I am analyzing the different road condition, whether it is traveling on the flat surface, hilly area, or downward road. Based on that also, I am calculating the real time how much battery like a voltage, current, and power it is utilizing, and based on that, I am I'm monitoring all this data on the cloud database, and it will show to the user based on their whenever it requires and all. So let's talk related to proposed system, how I have implemented this entire system. Simply, I have used here like a Arduino Mega 2560. It is act as a micro, like a controller, where I have fitted like a real-time clock DS1307 to store a data with the time stamping with it. And also I have used the Neo 6M GPS model to track the real-time location of that electric vehicle. Also, I have used the ADXL 345 accelerometer to analyze the road condition, just like it's going up or downward like that, or it's running on the flat surface. And again, I am using here LM35 temperature sensor to analyze the at the similar time of the whenever the on the running conditions, how what is the temperature of that lithium ion batteries also based on that different road conditions also. And in parallel of this, I am also using voltage and current sensor like ACS 712, and also I am using micro SD card reader model, which can store this all the data in controller at itself only. uh, and in addition of this, also I'm using here like a Node MCU ESP8266. It is a one kind of the Wi-Fi model, which is connected with this controller. Whenever there is an internet connection is there, then that time whatever the stored data, it need to be transmitted
Sorry
into
to
the cloud
interrupt,
system.
but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay, okay, sir. And this is actually how the proposed system is look like. And this I have used that ThinkSpeak Cloud IoT platform to show the data all. And in my conclusion, I have real time successfully transferred data to the cloud, and it is monitored on the mobile itself also. And in future works, I'm incorporating here like a IoT along with the artificial intelligence technology, like a machine learning algorithm data. And based on that, I need to analyze the different conditions like a driver habits also, by utilizing driver habits like road conditions and all this, how much distance it will can travel, like that. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our respected session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any question. Anand, your presentation was good. Thank you.
Okay.
It was informative.
Thank you. Sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Karthik. You can continue.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Dave Soni for the paper title Model Anesmia International Unlearning Techniques for Neural Network. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible to us.
Yeah. Can I share my screen?
Yes, sir, you can proceed sharing.
Share. Yeah. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Yeah. Very good afternoon, everyone. I am presenting model amnesia, intentional unlearning techniques for neural networks. Hello, I am Dave Soni from KD Patel Department of Information Technology, comes under Charutar University of Science and Technology. So we start the discussion with the problem. So like in the era of AI revolution, machine learning models are exceptional at learning from data, but face a fundamental limitation. Once trained, they cannot forget specific data without retraining the entire model. This limitation poses significant challenges, especially when dealing with the large data set and with sensitive data having privacy concerns. And they are not adaptable uh, by changes, and they are not cost efficient. So if we talk about machine learning, what is it? A process that allows machine to selectively forget a specific data points which uh, now onwards, we don't want for our model. So imagine writing with a erasable ink. Using that, you can specifically remove the unwanted things. So if we consider a real life example, learning in fraud detection. In a financial fraud detection system, uh, okay, sorry. In a financial fraud detection system, if malicious actors inject fake transaction into a training dataset, the model's predictions are compromised. With unlearning, we can significantly remove the influence of particular data points, ensuring the system stays accurate and reliable. So, what we have done upon this, that we have taken two data sets, fashion MNIST and CIFR. So, why these two data sets? Basically, if I will start with CFR, it contains 60,000 colored images of 32 cross 32 resolution with 10 classes. It is basically dog cat classification uh, data set. As well as we have taken MNIST data set, which is 70,000 grayscale images and handwritten digits. So both of the data set are of classification, and both of the data set contains simple data. If specifically talk about MNIST, it showcases on learning on simple data, and CFA is a bit more complex and real world. So the methods and algorithm we have used a feed forward neural network. We have done the normal process of data preparation, training, and in this flowchart, we can say that we first collected the data. Like in this case, the data set is pre-processed in MNIST. We have designed a model. We have done the training. But after training, like in training, we have used loss function and optimizer. And like once the unlearning is requested, we use metric tracking. And through that metric tracking, we have removed a particular data point, and after that, we are retraining the model. And after retraining, once we verify that the model is successfully retrained, we can deploy. And by doing this, we have reached to these results. So if I talk particularly about MNIST, fashion MNIST dataset, upon fashion MNIST dataset, when we do the unlearning process, we have done the unlearning process, the accuracy is increased after 5 epoch from 55% to 98%, which was drastic. As well as in the loss function over 5 epochs, we can say that after 5 epochs, the loss function is decreased from 1.4 to 0.2, around 0.2. So these are our results and the future scopes. If I talk about future of machine learning, is exciting. We envision real-time learning system which can handle dynamic data set. So it will be applicable upon GPTs as well as other generative models, and it enhance. We are looking forward to enhance the algorithmic efficiency which we have used right now, and we are uh, very like fascinated about scaling, making this model scalable. And by like right now, what are the challenges we are facing is data consistency. Like it is very hard to make data consistent. Uh, one and less, the each data point are connected by like previous one. So if we remove that particular data point, somehow it affects the resulting accuracy. So that is the particular major concern, as well as the standard like a concern, and the memory and storage overhead is a bit challenging. So thank you for your time. I'm Dev Soni, and I'm open for the questions.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our respected session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Thank you, Karthik. Dev, I have a question that any method for adaptation of this particular model?
Sorry, sir. Can you just repeat?
Any methods or any other means these are all unlearning process. So do you have any other methods for adaptation to use this thing in for your future scope? You have said there are benchmark, right? So what might be the
Yes, sir.
benchmarks for this procedure?
Sir, there might be data partitioning. If
Okay.
data is like organized in modulus subsets, it will be easier to remove that particular data points. If data dependencies are less, then the like unlearning process will be better, and as well as the result or accuracy will increase. So
Okay.
I guess that's one I
Perfect.
think.
Perfect. Thank you, Dev. Yes, Karthik, you can continue. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call S. Lute for the paper title Satellite-Based Tolling System. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
I'm sharing the screen.
Yes, ma'am, you can start sharing the screen.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shambhavi Lote from Pune Institute of Computer Technology, Pune. And my topic for the paper is satellite-based tolling system. So, what we'll be going through in this presentation is introduction to the problem, current solutions and the limitations, the prototype that we've made, the proposed solution, algorithms used, implementation, comparison with the traditional systems, and future scope and scalability. So, introduction to the problem. As we all know that there are around 1,015 operational tolls in our country right now, and the basic purpose of tolls is to collect funds for maintaining, construction, and development of highways in our country. So this project is going to explore a satellite-based tolling solution using GPS and IoT for virtual tolls and to improve efficiency. So the problem statement is we traditionally have seen tolls which collect through cash and cards, and that has caused a lot of issues in the past. We faced a lot of frauds, a lot of briberies, and there's a lot of traffic. So, to eliminate all these problems, we have a new system which is RFID tags implemented by FASTags. So the current solution for this problem is the FASTag, which
Ma'am, we
basically,
are not able to see your screen properly. Only your first slide is visible.
sorry.
Ma'am, your first slide is visible. The rest of slides are not visible. Yeah, now we are able to see the slide.
So when I put it in presentation mode, it's not visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Okay. Should I go back or should I continue?
Ma'am, you can continue from where you have left.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So the current solution, as I was saying, FASTags, these have been in implementation since 2013, and though it has reduced the wait time at the tolls nearly by 70%, there is still issues in setting up the FASTag on the vehicle while scanning it, and basically initial setup charges are a lot. So these also fail in low coverage areas, causing issues such as the system is not able to scan the FASTag on the vehicle. So we are developing a system which basically is an onboard unit which will track location via GPS, and the GPS coordinates will be sent to AWS IoT, and it will calculate the tolls based on the distance covered, and we'll be setting up virtual toll booths which will help us give us the exact count of tolls crossed and the amount to be paid. So the core technologies used in this project are
Ma'am, your
GPS,
presentation is stuck again. We are only able to see current solution and limitations.
I guess I present it like this.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So the core technologies used are GPS, MQTT, AWS IoT, cloud infrastructure, and other interface for trip management. So the technologies used in the prototype are a GPS module Neo 6M, a microcontroller ESP32, batteries. For backend, we use Node.js Express, MongoDB Atlas, and AWS IoT. Front end was developed using React, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. ESP32 coding was done in INO files using C and C++ language. And for cloud infrastructure, we used Azure Virtual Machine and hosted it on Vercel. And this is the block diagram of the prototype. The microcontroller ESP32 received GPS signals through the GPS module. Those coordinates were sent to AWS IoT to snap the track of the locations that was traveled by the vehicle. Then through Node and backend, we calculated the distance that was traveled and the toll that was to be charged. MongoDB was used to store the data of the vehicle details, the location, the time and date, speed, etc. And front end was created for user interface. This is a screenshot of the working prototype. So here we can see that we've received coordinates for the user ID, the date, and the time. This was the system, and this was the coordinate checking for the exact location that was fetched by the GPS. Now, the proposed solution. It has a scalability challenges. We'll be receiving enormous amounts of location data, which is going to cost us a lot to transfer to cloud. So the solution that we approach is to maximize the local processing, that is processing the data received on the microcontroller itself, and use cloud only for storing certain types of data. Then data encoding with polylines. So polylines is basically a concept which converts coordinates of locations into a continuous set of line, which we see in our Google Maps location that we travel. So that is polyline. So we'll be getting geo data, which will be encoded into polylines, which is also efficient for storage. Then the polylines which are received will only be transferred to cloud selectively. So the steps in the data handling will be, we'll generate the polyline, then we'll selectively transmit only the polylines which have traveled through the toll system, and then use MQTT protocol to maintain data integrity and security. So the flow goes like, you start the vehicle, a connection is established, we check for unsent polylines. From the previous trips, if there is unsent polyline, it will first send the data. If there is no unsent polyline, we'll again fetch the coordinates as the vehicle travels. Then we'll create the polyline for however many coordinates that has been actively
Sorry to
received.
interrupt, ma'am, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay. And then we'll check the polyline intersection. and the further processing will be done on AWS IoT. Moving on to the algorithms, we have used a few algorithms such as polyline algorithm, geohash algorithm, and intersection algorithms. So as compared to the traditional systems, the new system will have zero wait time. The fuel saved will be maximum because there will be no stopping. The payment mode will be online. The processing will be good enough, just like fast tags. The traffic cost will be very low, and the tax collected will be high. So the benefits of this satellite-based tolling system are reduced traffic congestions, reduced pollution, cost efficiency, enhanced user convenience, scalability, and data-driven insights. The limitations will be initial deployment costs. Since it's a new system, all the vehicles to have an inbuilt onboard unit will be a challenge. User adoption challenge, data privacy issues, technical reliability, accuracy of geofencing, and system maintenance. So the future scope and scalability is that enhanced security will be tried to implement to protect the user privacy and details, smart city integration, traffic flow optimization, and all of the tolling will be automated, and generation of data sets for self-driving cars. We'll also have a lot of EVs and automatic cars in the future. So using this traveling data, we can also help train those automated vehicles. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi, ma'am. There's a question that Google Earth or Google Map is already present. So what's the basic difference with it to the satellite system? They are also taking the same
Okay, so our
images or same signals.
So our system basically,
Yeah, continue.
our system basically snaps the real-time coordinates into a polyline. So Google Maps is just used for giving locations, but our system is going to use this location travel to calculate the toll that is supposed to be paid by the vehicle.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank
can
you,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Vaishnavi for the paper title Sentiment Analysis Techniques, a comprehensive examination of methods and challenges. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, my name is Vaishnavi Chariwala, and I represent my paper that is Sentiment Analysis Techniques, a comprehensive examination of methods and challenges. And I am currently working as a teaching assistant in Department of ICT, JP Dawa. So my topic is about sentiment analysis. That is an essential tool for understanding the public sentiment across the numerous areas, as now the internet is very expand, and now many of the businesses, many of the uh, product has been launched in the market. So nowadays, if whenever we are going to purchase something, so first we are watching the or just analyzing the reviews that this product is good or not, right? So this would be very helpful for business or any of the owners, so that their product is satisfying for others or not, since they are willingly, now users are willingly express their views, disagreements and opinions on a wide range of subjects on a social media. So now the express their feelings The ultimate platform is the social media. Now, emotional assessment is a kind of assessment of a given context that is good or bad. So ultimately, we are trying to analyze what the user, whether the user is good, whether the user is happy or not from our product. So for that, pre-processing or feature extraction and classifications are some of the essential steps for analyzing the sentiment analysis, because whatever the data we are getting, that is the very raw data. So there is a impurity, there is a special characters, stop words are there, or extra words are also there. So another features like glove, FASTAG, word to vec, term frequency, inverse document are very useful to analyze the sentiment analysis. Although neural network techniques like logistic regression, NumPy, and support vector machine is very much useful and very much helpful for gathering the data, also to applying the sentiment. So here are the objectives and goal. So the objective is the NLP, that is divide the text into the following categories: whether the user or whether the product is good or bad, or whether the user is happy, sad, or impartial. Impartial means they have nothing to say. Neutral. After that, the significance of methods able to manage the interactions and dynamics in real data platform like social media networking and producting reviews and different articles is emphasized. Suppose some business have launched some new product. So whenever the user is purchasing something, or whenever the user is go for that product, so first they are analyzing the product, whether this material is good, or whether the review is good or not. According to that reviews, according to the ratings, another user will going to be purchased. So the goals will be, we wish to evaluate temporal data into its deeper sentiments, because nowadays whatever the sentiments everyone is getting, that is only positive, negative, and neutral. But I am trying to reach, or I am trying to go into deeper sentiment, like strongly positive, strongly negative, and the neutral. So here are the methodology, or we can say the pre-processing techniques to clean our data. Like if we are cleaning the data, then after cleaning the data, filtered data will be very helpful for us to getting the sentiment. So the stage one, we can say the lower casing, that converting all the text into a lower casing. Then stopper removals, removing the extra words that has no meaning, like the, at, of, and. After that, removing punctuation and special characters like extra packets, round brackets, slash. Then if there is any punctual word. After that, stemming or lemmatizing, that is converting the any word into its root format, so that we can analyze anything easily. After that, tokenization. Tokenization is the process of breaking the sentence, or breaking the we can say the large word into the small chunks or small parts. Here are the feature extraction, that has a feature type such as the term frequency, that with the help of term frequency, term repetition, opinion, word, OS information, and negation synthetic dependency, we can found how many terms are represented in the one document, or we can say how many documents are there that have a unique terms. Feature selection, that information gain, document frequency, odd ratio, and mutual information are the method used to choose the good features. Feature weighting mechanism like term presence, term frequency, and inverse document frequency are used to calculate the features weight, determining the ranking. Here are the magnitudes, or we can say the sentiment analysis level, that can be have applied these levels. First level is document level. So we can apply sentiment analysis, or we can do sentiment analysis on a whole document that have a large amount of data. But the disadvantage is there is a very much amount of impurities and noises are there. After that, sentence level data, that we have to apply the sentiment, or we have to apply any sentiment analysis algorithm on a particular sentence, and that sentence we have to break into the small chunks. That will be very helpful with the help of tokenization process. After that, aspect level. Here the aspect level, that is connected to a particular aspect that has a particular meaning. Here are the some of the machine learning algorithm that have first NumPy, that is very basic, and that is applied on sentence or word. It is very helpful for analyzing. and it's gave the result in positive or negative. Nearby is the algorithm that has the probabilistic algorithm that have a probability, and the result is also coming according to the probability. Then has the linear regression. Linear regression is the linear relationship between the target and the features variables, a straight linear relationship. After that, supervised neural network. Then after SVM, support vector machine, that is nothing but the advanced feature of linear regression that has interpret text in polarity in terms of we are getting polarity like happy, sad, or neutral, or also we are getting the polarity code or polarity digit, that is 0 for negative, 1 for positive, and minus 1 for neutral. So here are the previous year literature
Sorry to
review that
interrupt,
have.
ma'am, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Sure. Here are the literature review that have a early previous year papers that have a first is Seattle author one that applied new buys, SVM and random forest on the Yelp collection, and they are getting the 91% of accuracy. Then after author number two that also he has applied new buys, or the topic is mobile reviews, also he are getting the 0.9 accuracy. Then after support vector method is also used, it is along with the LR logical regression. Here are the another literature review that has a number of authors that have I have shown the labels they have applied, like sentence level, aspect level, document level, then with the help of machine learning, deep learning. So many of them using the sentiment techniques, neural network techniques, deep learning, TF-IDF. Here they are getting the different kind of result. Accuracy is different, as I have practically implemented in my project, or we can say I have practically implemented and I have compared two algorithms, TF-IDF and naive So I'll getting the accuracy is higher than the naive. So accuracy I'll get in TF-IDF, that is 74%, and I'm getting another accuracy in naive, that is 72%. Here are the research gap, or we can say the disadvantages. So the disadvantages is nowadays social media slangs, because nowadays as the Gen Zs, or we can say we are not trying to write every word in that particular manner. Like here I am presenting the examples. Why are you so arrogant? Hey, too much. So these are the slangs, or these are the gaps we have to work on. That then is the sarcasm, IN statements. Literally they are trying to say anything, but it's the total opposite. Then after culture awareness, there is a multilingual languages, like cultural languages are the limitations. Then after caustic and ambiguous text, here is the conclusion that I've mentioned. Like TF-IDF or pack of words are useful for analyzing the sentiment analysis, and some sentiment detection studies also use an assembly approach by mixing predefined from numerous machine learning or deep learning models to increase the performance. Future research should concentrate on fine-grained sentiment analysis, I have said earlier, involving classes with different emotions intensities, such as strongly positive, neutral, negative, and strongly negative. Here I have mentioned the example, the product is amazing, so might we have getting the score 0.9 positive, while the product is terrible, it's not worth it, so might we are getting the score minus 0.9. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the chance.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Vaishnavi ma'am, there's a question
Yes,
that
sir.
your presentation was good with lot of information to present. One thing is that suppose a person is happy, but he is
Yes, sir.
writing a sad code. So how can you analyze his sentiment or her sentiment?
The one thing we are getting from the text. Also, we
Yeah.
are working on the emotions. That is also our future scope. But the one thing, if the user is happy, so obviously they are writing the happy, and if they are writing the sad codes, so maybe there is a possibility that we can say he is sad with the product
Yeah,
or
but how can we
anything
check for it?
previous.
How can I check that? Any parameters?
So through the techniques algorithms, we have deeply go in the
No.
conclusion.
Okay. Thank you so much. Vaishnavi ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Anushri for the paper title Smart Living Sustainable Future Enhancing Homes with Automation and Energy Meters. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Antoine Trong for the paper title and a normalization technique based on L diversity for protecting privacy in data publishing. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. So both the presenters are absent. So let's move towards the closing remark. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during the 9th version and all the previous 8 version of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in 10th version in 2025. All the papers, all the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2024. And now I would love to extend my gratitude towards our session chair for chairing the session. Sir, this is the token of appreciation and love from GR Foundation and partners for chairing the session. Please
Thank you,
address our
Karthik.
participants.
All the participants have given their presentation. All of them are good. Some of them are a bit slow regarding their introductory part. They have to go for the proposed methodology too fast, but all of the presentations were good and informative. And thanks to you, Karthik, for holding all this session, being the host of the whole ICTCS 2024. Thank you very much. Thank you and congratulations to all of the participants who have given their presentations. Thank you very much. And I'd like to be a part of ICTCS for the 10th in the next session also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such kind words and motivation. Now, I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot. I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay connected.